I ask for the truth on behalf of John Peter Falconer concerning career and relationship issues. He's got severe depression and he's got to move out soon. And I ask for guidance and insight in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth, always. And we just cut the cards for you there, John, and I'll just place the deck to the side here. I'm going to deal out 3 cards. The first card we deal is in the position of your recent past. Conveniently at the moment for us, this is between now and the last new moon, and of course with it being a new moon now, then the next card represents you right now at the new moon. A new moon is useful for cleansing and initiation of magic, isn't it? So maybe that would be a good time for you too. But between now and the next time you choose to, if you do choose to initiate magic and cleanse whatever, that would just place there. Let's just see though what's been vibrating over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. I'll just pull out the first card here. Let's bring it round. We'll flip it nice and slowly, not to disturb its energy. And just notice here we've got the gate. I suppose the gate is understandable in the sense it symbolises a barrier keeping you from your goal. You mentioned your depression and your little problem there, but of course we don't do medicine on here. I haven't got a PhD, so I can't help you there. You'll have to see a professional shrink or doctor or whatever they call them there for that. But for this, it certainly indicates that has been an issue. Maybe that has been the barrier. So at least you know what the gate represents, or what it is that's creating the barrier, which is handy, I suppose, to some degree, isn't it? Because sometimes things get in the way and we don't know what they are, and we have to sort of try and find it. But I suppose you at least know what it is, so you can keep your eye on it, can't you? Keep a check on it, I suppose, in that respect. I just want to move to the next card just to see what's vibrating right now. Again, we'll just flip it nice and steadily, not to disturb its energy or whatever. And notice here the energy of the wolf. The wolf, of course, symbolises guardianship, maybe protection right now, but also protecting you. It's a trust issue, isn't it? Beware who you trust. That's what it says there, really, right now. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe I get a sort of sense as though somebody's breached your trust. Oh, I can't say it. Breached your trust, and that trust. I suppose trust is like virginity. Once you lose it, you're fucked, aren't you? To some degree. But I do sort of sense as though somebody's has betrayed your trust. What breached it? What betrayed your trust? And they're doing that right now. Well, not doing it right now, but nevertheless, you are being careful. You're having to. Spirit is saying, be careful who you confide in. Be careful who you tell your secrets to. Tell them to your teddy bear or your dog or something like that. You're safer that way. But at the moment, it's just that those around you can't be trusted to keep their mouths shut by telling everybody else, well, he says he's got depression, but he's all right there, and he's all right doing this, and he's all right doing that. There doesn't seem much wrong with him. he seems to be smoking 20 a day and drinking 2 pints a day, or he seems to be eating enough. He seems to be you know, and all that sort of thing. He doesn't seem to have his priorities right and all that sort of things. So clearly he hasn't got, you got this sort of thing going on. We've got a government like it in the UK. They're blaming everybody else. They make mistakes and then they blame everybody else, like the disabled or somebody dying of cancer is to blame for the banking crisis. It's that sort of ridiculous stupidity that seems to be going on with you as well, where people just can't keep the bloody mouth shut, and you just got to be careful who you tell these things. I mean, you've told us here about the energy of the barrier that's obvious, that's keeping you from your goal. You said you've got to move out soon as well. I don't know what that's about. Let's just see what the next card, what the next energy is, see what it's vibrating with. Is it vibrating with that hindrance? I suppose that can sort of fate will block this path for you in the immediate future. Maybe something will stop you from moving out, or the move itself will prove an hindrance and stop you from doing something. Maybe the gate is the gate energy anyway will be vibrating over here in the form of hindrance, and while you remember what it was that stopped you, and maybe I get a sort of sense as though whatever the gate represents, we thought it might have been your depression or whatever it is you're suffering from there. It seems as though it will have a hand in blocking your path in other ways as well, and it'll prove a hindrance or an hindrance to maybe moving out. Even you've got to move out soon. Maybe you might not get the place that you were wanting or whatever. But then again, if you're going to trust people to do it for you, or trust people that they say it's a nice place when it isn't, well, it doesn't bloody matter, does it? We haven't got bloody left there. He has. And this is the sort of thing. I'm sorry to be cynical there, John, but sadly, people are bastards. And I suppose you've learnt that lesson the hard way. But learning the hard way, of course, is always the best way to learn. But just for now, we shall cast a shadow. And until next time, John, these cards have now spoken.